Out of bounds. We're doing the offside bets tonight, covering the NBA, NHL, Euro Cup, and MLB. That's starting from June 25th through to Tuesday, which is the 29th. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm Adam. As always, I'm joined with Junior. Junior, are you ready?
Let's go!
All right, get the horn out. We got basketball, NBA. It's been fun. Suns are currently up 2-0 in that series. Game 3 is being played right now, 18-17. Junior, we got the Bucks, who lost to Ice Trey in the first game, and he had 48 points, which tied him with like LeBron and somebody else for most games or most points in a game under the age of 23 or whatever it was.
Yeah, and I had him last night.
Did you have him going
hard? Hit him hard. It was a nice wake up when I checked that app this morning.
I bet it was.
I like the Hawks here. The whole series. I'll tell you the one
Bucks
thing.
are favored -110 and Hawks 180 in game 2.
Yeah. So it's all going to depend on what Budenholzer does to kind of make those adjustments from the first game.
Yep.
When you look at his primary defender on Trey, Giannis was his primary defender most of the time. He got lit up.
You're going to get cooked,
which is what's expected. Then he cooked Pat Connaughton a lot, actually. I think he had him for 8 points and 7 assists in very limited time.
Yep.
But the two guys that were actually pretty decent against Trey were PJ Tucker and Chris Middleton.
I mean, that's PJ Tucker's assignment. He doesn't score any baskets, so
they both held him to 2 points each. And in fact, Tucker, you go even further with Tucker, he held him to 0 assists, 2 points, and 6 shots, and he only hit one of them.
There you go.
So, I mean, if you're Budenholzer, you're gonna probably get PJ to be that primary defender. The only issue is that if you take him off Collins is just gonna go off.
And you're gonna see Trey's assists probably go up.
Way up. So again, you're gonna have to make more adjustments. But that's the one thing that I think that is a knock against Budenholzer. He's not really the guy to make big adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, he hasn't evolved the Bucks over the multiple postseasons that they failed in, right?
No. So, do you want to know how to fix the Bucks? I'll tell you right now. It's
Let's hear it.
Such an easy, simple answer. Put Giannis at center. Stop screwing around.
Take Lopez out, put him at center, play the small ball game, be a little bit quicker on the ball.
That's it.
And on the perimeter, because that's
more shooters.
Yeah.
The guy is a 7-foot freak.
Yeah.
You get him in there, you get him pulling the rebounds down. He's going to have his back to the basket, which he likes to do. He's not going to be tripping himself up like Pascal Siakam does, trying to make that extra move and give up the ball. It's going to be catch, look, back up, drop step. Like, that's it. That's all you got to do. Little spin move for a quick little deuce. That's what you do. You get him down there because Capella cannot hold on to him. There's no one on the Hawks that's going to be able to kind of guard him at that center position. So, Budenholzer, if you're watching, probably not, but someone, tag him, throw this video at him.
Yep.
Put Giannis at center.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of chatter about that being an option because Brook just isn't being effective.
Even if you want to throw Brook in there and power forward, go for it. But get Giannis at the 5, and he'll do what he's got to do. And you're going to open your floor up. You're going to space the floor better. You're going to allow for those swing passes, those skip passes to the open guy, and you're just going to create more shots. You're going to get a better shooting lane because Giannis clogs up the lane so much, because he's such a big dude. Where if you're going to open up the lane for Middleton cutting in or Holiday cutting in for a quick little easy layup, he's going to be able to open the spacing up. So make the switch. You'll see it paid dividends. But you keep him doing what he's doing, Trey's going to light him up, Collins is going to light him up, and Capella's going to continue to grab big boards.
He had the shoulder shrug, right?
Yeah.
Trey? That was ice cold. I mean, he was absolutely unbelievable. Also really liked his sneakers. And if you like sneakers, join us next Tuesday because we're going to be doing our sneaker show where we preview the sneakers for the following month. But really liked his Ice Tray by Adidas. Mm-hmm. We'll have to see if we can feature those on the show if there is a release date or if they already came out. Suns Clippers. This would be game 4 in LA. Right now it's a little bit early because game 3 is being played right now, so odds could change slightly, but the Suns are very high powered and they're going off at a minus 170 right now and a plus 180 for the Clippers. I'm riding the Suns all the way to the finals for sure. What do you think the Clippers are going to do? Actually, just before, CP3 is playing tonight.
Yes.
So there is a CP3 Rondo, fest, if you will. I wonder if this is going to ignite Rondo a little bit.
I think he needs it. I think he needs something to ignite him. He's been a little bit lackluster. I mean, he had 7 assists in game 1, kind of disappeared in game 2. I want to think that the fact that Kawhi's not here is going to start hurting them the longer this series goes.
And even Serge.
If they want to, without Serge too, I mean, he's such an integral piece. I mean, you saw what he did here in Toronto.
15-footer, 17-footer. He can hit those good around the glass.
I don't think they've taken advantage of his full skill set. Because I'd rather have him over DeMarcus Cousins any day of the week and twice on Sundays, especially in Toronto.
Agree.
The one thing that I would look at in terms of the Clippers, Ty Lue's done a great job kind of making those adjustments from game 1 to game 2. You can see the game was a lot closer.
Yep.
It looks like some further adjustments he's made this game because they are up right now, about 2.5 left in the first. It's consistency from the Suns. I mean, you had Book go off for a triple-double in the first game, and then he didn't disappear in the second game. He still put up 20.
Yep. But
he missed a lot of shots.
Maybe some swelling around the nose. He took a big one. Took a big shot too, right?
It could be. And then George, as much as people want to say playoff George, pandemic George, he's like, this team's rode him. He has been playing the last 4 games. He's had absolutely phenomenal basketball over the last week and a half. So I can't say anything bad about him. But again, this is Indiana Pacer Paul George. This is not LA Clipper Paul George. So they're 2 different beasts. When he's got no one else around him, that man will take over and start dunking on people and hanging off the rim and just being a menace.
Yeah.
It's just too bad he can't be like that when Kawhi's in the lineup.
He's not a second fiddle, I guess. It's just his nature. Reggie Jackson's leading all scorers right now for with 8 points.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's been crucial. We talked about it on our preview of this series. Was that one of my pieces was he's going to have to really stop playing. He's going to have to step up to that number 2 position and be that guy on this team.
Yeah, and Zubac has 7 rebounds in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Now 8.
Now 8. So that was a big double parlay bet right there that could have been paying like midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, no kidding.
If he gets the playing time. So I think this game tonight will be a bit closer. I'm thinking that the Clips are probably going to pull that out. So if they're at home, game 4, I really think that Kawhi might be back because we're talking about a good week and a half of treatment. They said that it's not a tear. Well, they said it's not a tear. It's just a knee sprain. But you do know, everyone knows that Kawhi is very hesitant to push himself too much, especially when it comes to health. He's a long-term game plan guy. He's not short-term.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they can get him back in game 4, it's a huge lift because I could see him dropping right on Book and just shutting Book right down.
I could actually see him, if they win tonight, I could see him not playing game 4 and letting it, only basically playing when he absolutely needs to play and seeing if the Clippers can just ride it out and maybe he comes back like game 6, game 7.
Yeah, I mean, that could be one thing, but I think the further it goes, I think the more exposed the Clippers are going to be.
Absolutely, because Ty Lue can only make so many adjustments, right?
He can only make so many adjustments, but you're not going to get 30 from Terrence Mann every night. Jackson's not going to give you 20 and 15. So,
and the reality too is I don't think CP3 is going to play that good tonight overall.
Probably, I think he's got 3 assists so far, which I mean it's not bad. I'm sure it's 3 well-placed assists that needed to be done. But the one thing that I also see in this series is where's Marcus Morris been? Nowhere.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
An absolute shadow. This guy should be going off right now. And he's not.
No, it's true. The last game was a little bit of a lower scoring game, too, for the Suns. I mean, it was.
It was. What was it, 104, 103?
They like to run those up into the high teens a lot of the times, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think the higher scoring it gets, that benefits the Suns, obviously. Because especially without Kawhi and his 30 and 12 every night.
and the defensive.
And the defensive aspect of it. I mean, that obviously plays a huge role. And it kind of shows you that if he was in this game and in this series, Book may not have gone off the way he did in game one.
No, absolutely not.
And maybe it was a different story. So
who are you taking here?
I'm taking the Clips.
You're taking the Clips if they win. If they lose tonight, game 3, are you still taking them?
Still taking the Clips.
All right. This is a must. I mean, tonight is a must win for them. If they don't win, this series
can't go down 3-0. Yeah.
No. Okay, let's flip it over to Hawks. This would be game 3. So this is Bucks at Hawks, and Hawks would be favored here, minus 125. Again, let's see what happens on Friday's game. This is Sunday's game, and then plus 105 for the Bucks here.
For me, it's ATL. ATL all day long. I think
you did pick them. I know that.
I did, and I think that everyone thought this was going to be a mighty hefty sweep of the Hawks by the Bucks. I think it might be the other side. I don't think that Budenholzer has the IQ or the game plan to stop Trey. And if Clint Capella can grab 19 rebounds against Brook Lopez, who probably has him by a good 4 or 5 inches, and maybe 70, 80 pounds, it just goes to show you that they have what they need down low, and they've got the shooter outside. Yeah, and John Collins just needs to drop a little bit just to kind of sprinkle in there. Hoyter's just got to sprinkle in a little bit. Like their role players will do what they need to do, but it's going to be a huge load for Trey and Capella, and they're carrying it so far. They've done it the entire playoffs, and I don't see it stopping. So I'm going to take the Bucks here.
And even if they find an answer for Trey, his assist production will just go up, and he'll still get his once it kind of shifts around. You try to move that defense around.
That's 100%.
Okay, awesome. Let's switch over to NHL. And while we're doing that, the easiest way to help grow our channel is just to hit that like button. So please like our video. We really appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm and all that jazz. Comment below what you think about the NBA conference finals. And ultimately, if you want to subscribe, we'd love to have you a part of our channel. So let's switch over to the NHL here. And this is a Game 7, right? So we got Game 7. The defending champion, Tampa Bay Lightning, at minus 165, and the New York Islanders, kind of the Cinderella story for me, anyways, plus 145. Unbelievable! They picked up the win in OT the other night. This game's going Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
Jeez, Game 7s. You gotta love them.
Especially in hockey. I think that might be the best Game 7.
This is a Game 7 to get you into the series to win, hands down, the most beautiful trophy in all of sports.
Oh, most definitely.
There is not a trophy that is anywhere comparable to the Stanley Cup.
What about the World Cup?
No.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. Okay. I've had this trophy in my hands. It is the most awe-inspiring, bone-chilling, ghost whispering type of trophy you could ever see.
And it's the only one you can drink out of.
Yes, or eat cereal out of. There you go. Oh, geez. Kucherov got his bell rung the last game. And sometimes momentum has a lot to do with Game 7s.
Absolutely.
Now, it was an OT game. It was a nice goal. It was a bit of a rally there for them. And they came on strong in the end. But I'm thinking that, the Islanders outshot them, had a better face-off percentage. They out-hit them. They had less giveaways. They're playing way more responsible. And I think this might be that year of the upset. You look at what the Canadiens have done to this point, and
it's been unbelievable, their journey.
They're leading 3-2 in their series, and they're up 2-1 right now with about 2 minutes left in the second.
Unreal. To
see an Islanders Habs Stanley Cup final reminiscent of the late 70s. I think this is the kind of stuff that hockey needs. They need these teams that have these glories past to come back up and just reinvigorate these fan bases. I mean,
everybody loves a rivalry, right?
They do. Tampa, out of the expansion teams, I want to say in the last 30 years, they've probably been the most successful one out of all of them, with the cups that they've won. They've also been, gifted a lot of Hall of Fame draft picks during that time as well, but that remains to be seen. But I am looking forward to an Islanders Habs Stanley Cup.
Okay.
For one reason, because I think the Habs will steamroll them, and we can finally get that cup back above the 45th parallel. Because
that doesn't give me any
happiness at all. It's at least it's back up here. You know what I mean? Like it's been down there for so damn long that maybe it's just a kick in the pants that the rest of these Canadian teams need to just start acting properly, because it just hasn't been there. So, I mean, obviously hated rival of the Habs. We are Leaf fans and we hate the Habs. We don't hate their fans. We just don't like the fact that they like the Habs. They're still great people. They're Canadians. We love them. Okay, a little bit, yeah. They're a little bit pompous and arrogant, and they talk a lot of crap. But anyway,
hate's a strong word, but dislike them strongly.
It's okay. Just ram down a hot dog and I put in at La Belle Provence. There's a good one at Guy and Saint Catherine, if it's still there. I don't know. Anyway, so here I'm gonna go with the Islanders. I'm going off the board. I'm going with the Islanders.
I like it. Okay. If this game happens, if it's not closed out tonight, this game goes Saturday, and you got Vegas going off at -110 and plus 125 for that game at the end.
That is a tough call, because there will be arrested if the Vegas Knights can pull this game off and they go home with arrested Marc-Andre Fleury, who has not played the last 2 games. I'd be kind of worried if I'm a Habs fan, because we've seen what a couple days rest does to Marc-Andre Fleury. It reinvigorates him, and the fact that he's going to be playing his hometown team, the team that he grew up wanting to be a part of, probably his entire career, it's crazy.
Now, at the same time, on the flip side of that, you got Price playing for his hometown team, and
Price is a BC boy.
But I mean, he's a French goalie, right?
No, he's a Canadian goalie who just plays in Montreal.
Oh, okay.
He's a shit kicking, crap talking cowboy. He's from the BC Delta. But I mean, looking at the stats right now in this game quickly, Vegas is giving the puck up a lot. Montreal's out hitting them. The takeaways, Montreal's been stealing the puck a lot. Wow. More block shots. But the face-off win percentage is on Vegas' side. Vegas is 0-2 in the power play. They have to come through on that. So I'm thinking that maybe Vegas pulls that game out and we get ourselves a Game 7, which, I mean, would be amazing. Both semifinals going to 7. And in Game 7, it's almost going to be a coin flip. But I just think that the Habs pull it out. I think they do. As much as it pains me in here, I think they pull it out.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to switch over to Euro Cup. Knockout stages are here. This is where the tournament gets really, really exciting. Again, like, comment, subscribe, what your thoughts are on the NHL. And let's take a look at Euro. So we got Wales, Denmark at the first game, and I believe this game goes Saturday.
Yes.
Yes,
so,
Saturday.
As we just covered the entire preview of the knockouts. If you didn't see it, go check it out.
Very in-depth.
In this game, I can't remember what the odds are. Do we have a pop-up for it?
Oh, absolutely. My sincere apologies.
No worries.
There we go. So we got minus 125 for Denmark, and then plus 400 for Wales. Draw at 230.
I'm here. I love the story, the resilience of this Danish team, and I think at a minus 125, that's still a pretty good, decent number to play. And I'll bet this. I'd probably bet this down to, even if they went up to 150, 175, I would still play it.
Now, Junior, I don't bet a lot of football or soccer like you do. Is there a bet to draw and then win in kicks or extra time?
It depends on the app you use, or the provider you get.
I usually just play the money line, right, when I play these. So I'm just curious for the viewers out there if there's a bet to, like, say, draw and then this team's going to win in extra time or penalty kicks.
Yeah, so there's some places that they'll honor a draw, but if they win on PKs, you don't get the win, even if they do win on PKs. I've seen those.
Okay.
I know
stay away from those, it sounds like.
Well, no, I know with Bet365, they don't count the PK, so it's basically time, right?
Okay.
So if it goes to the golden goal where you get that 5-minute overtime, and they score there, you'll still get the win. But if it goes to PK, then that's still considered a draw. So it depends on what. It depends on what the provider gives you.
Okay, cool. Let's look at Italy, Austria. Italy favored here at minus 223, draw paying 320, and plus 700 for Austria here.
Now, we did talk about this game and how we thought it was going to be close. I still think, Italy walks away with this. I mean, it's hard to turn down a number of minus 223. It's tough. So you want to build that into your parlays. You don't want to slam money on that.
Yeah.
By itself, you want to build in a couple of teams in there. But still, I mean, with the way the Italians are playing right now, the Austrians might score. So if you want to get a better odd, you could probably go Italy to win and both teams to score. That might get you to a plus 200, which then obviously is a good way to smash that.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're moving into Sunday's games now, and let me just pop that up for us here. So we got Netherlands at Czech Republic. Netherlands at minus 154, 290 for the draw, and plus 425 for Czech.
There's a reason why you don't even need to think twice about this game and just bet the Dutch. I don't think there's a whole lot for the Czech Republic to compete here. I think just tactical football, the Dutch are just head and shoulders above them, and this could be a 0. Maybe Schick gets another one, a little bit of magic left in that boot, but for me, it's the Dutch all day.
All right. And then again, staying with Sunday here, Belgium, Portugal. Belgium plus 140, plus 225 for the draw and regulation, and plus 200 for the Portuguese.
As much as I think that they're close. They're really close. I got. If I'm going to get a plus on the Belgians, I got to go with it.
Yeah,
I think they're very strong. I mean, obviously, Portugal's got Ronaldo, and if you've got Ronaldo on your team, there's always a chance. But I just think that the Belgians they're primed right now, and if I can get them at a plus 140, I'm going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, they're poised to go very far in this tournament and possibly hoist that Euro Cup championship. Okay, moving over to Monday now. So we got, let me flip this. Croatia, Spain. Okay, Spain at minus 167. Plus 270 for the draw, and Croatia at plus 500.
See, the one thing that I look at here is the Spaniards came out and they potted 5 goals last game. The Croatians have kind of been playing meagerly to this point. Not as good as they normally would be.
Yeah.
And for some reason, somewhere down in me, I see this going to penalties and Spain winning it in penalties.
Yeah.
So if I can get a 270 on that, I might kind of sprinkle Spain and the draw.
Okay.
So kind of build maybe like a 5 or 6 team parlay and have Spain to win on one and then them to draw on another. Yes. I think that would make a lot of sense. Obviously, if you're going to get it at a 270, I mean, even a 167 is not a bad number. Yeah. It's not going to kill, any big parlays. So those numbers are really good if you're building them into a parlay. Obviously, a bit tougher to smash a lot of money on a draw just because we don't know if the Spanish were basically just, holding everything back to let it go now.
Stick around to the end of this if you're watching now because we got a big parlay. Mm-hmm. Okay, staying with Monday, France, Switzerland. Let me pop that up here for us. So we got France going off at minus 188, plus 280 for the draw, and the Switzerland team at plus 600.
Yeah, and this is another game we spoke about kind of in.
We talked a lot about this on our knockout show. Please go check it out.
This is a tough one. I don't think the Swiss win. But I could totally see this going to penalties. So 280 on a draw. Again, this is another situation where you might want to put a bit on France and a bit on the draw, and then even a little bit on the Swiss because the Swiss have had big upsets in the past. They have upset the French in the past. I don't know if it was this exact team that they upset. I think it might have been a few years ago. Just in a friendly.
Just trying to check it out here.
I might be wrong. I want to be right here.
I think it was the 2014 World Cup. Received from France a 5-2 scoreline.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like it was 2014.
Okay, so it was 8 years ago.
Just before France won the World Cup 4 years ago. Yeah.
So is this? Do they have some more magic here? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. But I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on France because I did put them in early. I had them to win the whole thing. But I do like the Swiss here too. I think the numbers are very similar. So I'm going to sprinkle the French to win, and I'm also going to sprinkle on the draw as well.
Okay. And we're moving over to England, Germany, maybe the big game, maybe the biggest game here in this knockout stage. Plus 150 for England, plus 220 for the draw, and plus 190 for the Germans. This is going Tuesday, by the way.
I think the bookies putting Germany at a plus 190 puts them in a position now where there's not as much pressure on them. They're not the favorite. England scored 2 goals the entire time.
I was going to say, I think they are the favorite despite these numbers.
And the one thing that I always look to do at the beginning of tournaments is I always bet the teams that I like to win.
I've always liked Germany for many years now.
I've always liked the German team for a long time, and I always put money on them at the beginning of tournaments. And the payout on them when I got them was quite high. So if they win, I'm fine. I'm happy. But here, I just think there's a bit of a balance of power issue.
Okay.
England is one of the top favorites. They have not played well. They did not come out of a group with a lot of big teams in it. Germany escaped the group of death along with two other teams, being France and Portugal. Toughest group in the entire tournament.
Easily.
And Germany only lost to France because of an own goal. So it wasn't like France beat them. They beat themselves that game. So literally the Germans could be 1 and 2 and maybe have won the group on goal differential.
Yep.
So there's a bit of I think of an odds maker issue. If you can get the Germans at almost a flat 2, take them.
Yeah, I like
take them at a plus 190. Think, what's $10 going to get you back? 190? Don't even think twice about it.
Yeah,
just do it.
I like it. Okay, and the last game on Tuesday of the knockouts is Sweden versus the Ukraine. So we got Sweden here plus 125, plus 220 for the draw in regulation, and plus 320 for Ukraine.
Now, again, this was another one that I bounced back and forth with. I went into so many like tertiary reasons as to why whoever's going to win is going to win.
Ultimately, very evenly matched, we thought.
They are. But I just saw the resilience of this Swedish team when they played Poland. It literally came down to the fact that Poland needed more goals, but Spain went off and scored 5. But if Spain drew, they wouldn't even be here. Poland would be through. So it's kind of crazy how the group stages always work out.
Yeah.
But literally in the 92nd minute, Sweden broke the hearts of every Polak around the world because it was drawn. They were almost through, but for naught. So just seeing how quickly they can strike, the fact that they don't have the greatest passing efficiency or the possession numbers that you would want in a football team, they can just strike so quickly. There's so much speed up front.
Yeah.
Forsberg is he's got 3 goals. It's on fire.
They play well.
They can quick strike. So, I mean, if I'm going to get a team that's got a lot of talent, a lot of speed, then I might go with that. I mean, at a plus 125, you're still getting plus numbers on this.
Yeah.
Even if you think they're really even, sprinkle some on the draw too. I mean, at a plus 220, you're still going to get good payback on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think for me, it's Sweden. And I think if I wake up Tuesday morning.
This one's Tuesday morning. It's the late game, 3 p.m.
So if I wake up Tuesday, eat lunch, and something starts gurgling downstairs, I might play that draw too.
Okay. All right. Now, drum roll, please. A $1 prop bet.
Okay. Here we go. Poulsen, Denmark. Immobile. Memphis Depay. Lukaku. Shaqiri. Havertz. Forsberg. All to score. $1.
I gotta put $5 on this one, man.
You want to put 5? I just put $1 because it's so much. It's so easy. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you're watching this video, okay, and you place that $1 bet, there's only one thing I want you to do. Only one thing. Tell everyone where you got this from. From me, Offside Junior.
There you go.
At Offside Bets. At Offside and Out of Bounds. And do yourself a favor and hit us with a follow, because this isn't the biggest parlay we've hit. We've hit bigger.
Yeah.
We've hit much bigger.
Watch some of our early bet shows.
We made a crap ton of money.
Specifically NCAA. I mean, Our clip was over, 75%?
Yeah, we were over. We were like 82.5%.
Unreal.
At the end of the day, I think we made well over $15,000 off of that tournament. We might be a small channel, but we're just starting out. We're 3 months in, and we can compete with the big guys because we know the sports. We have the brains. We can see where the trip ups might be with these favorites. But I'm telling you, if you hit this $1 bet, you want to go more, go more. I'm not going to hold you back. But if you hit this $1 bet, just hit the subscribe button. Give us a follow. Give us a shout out. Let us know you hit on this.
Let us know that you placed that bet even.
Yeah. And then if you hit and you get that money, I don't want any of your money. Just tell your friends. Check out Offside Bets because these guys have nothing but heat.
Yeah.
And this is heat.
Follow us on Instagram here, and you can find a link tree to get to our Offside Bets account as well. Awesome. I love this bet. I'm going to put at least $5 on this one.
3, you might have 10, 5, 10,
yeah,
15, 20.
20. Put $100, I might be buying a new house.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, look, we're going to switch it over to Major League Baseball. Before we do that, like, comment, subscribe, please. We need to grow this channel as much as we can and continue our exposure, so let's go baseball. All right, let me get down the list here. Can't even see baseball now. Okay, here we go. So this is Friday, and we're starting off with the Jays at Orioles. This is minus 205 for the Toronto Blue Jays, and plus 188 for the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, the Jays are 5 in a row now. They've got arguably probably one of their worst pitchers on the mound in Matt Harvey. It's Jays all day, baby.
Okay.
All day long. Don't even think twice.
There we go. Continuing on Friday, we got the Sox at the Yankees. Yankees favored minus 125, and the Sox going off at a plus 105.
Yeah, Vlad went deep. The Yanks, the Yanks are coming off a series. Yeah, they're coming off a series where they kind of pounded the Kansas City Royals, so they're in high spirits right now, but they're in for a rude awakening because Boston's been in tough with Tampa, so they're kind of battle tested coming into this series, and they're going into the Bronx. And the one thing the Sox love doing is playing in the Bronx. Oh. And I am going to take them on plus money. Give me the Sox.
Nice. Okay, we're moving into Saturday now, and we got the White Sox, that is, at the Seattle Mariners. White Sox favored here at minus 110 and plus 125 for Seattle.
Yeah, I think here this is going to be not necessarily because both these teams have good records. This is going to be a battle of pitching. And I think just with the stuff that Lance Lynn has and the way he's been pitching this year, he's going to be able to keep that Mariners offense kind of off balance. Ty France and company, Kyle Lewis and Haniger, they've been having decent seasons so far. I think Kyle Lewis needs a bit more in the tank. He's got to come back bigger, reigning rookie of the year. But I think that, Ty France has been a double machine this year. But I think just with the way Lance Lynn pitches, it kind of dictates that he's going to have the control of everything. And I just think when it comes down to that, a dominant pitcher will beat the best offense. So, here, give me the White Sox.
Yeah, White Sox were slumping a little bit over the last 10.
They need another win.
Not including tonight if they're playing. But, I like that pick a lot. Okay, let's move along here. Continuing on Saturday, we got Oakland at minus 110 at San Francisco at minus 105.
Battle of the Bay. At least it's in Candlestick. At least it's in San Francisco and not in Oakland. I hate that stadium. Wood's been on a bit of a slump lately. He hasn't been pitching as well as he could be. A couple of no decisions. Montes, this guy's always getting a decision, whether it's a win or a loss. The guy is in a factor in every game.
Yeah,
it's going to depend on what kind of factor he's going to be here. I think the bats in San Fran have just been a little bit more loud. Chapman and Olsen have been hitting pretty well this year, but I just think that the Giants might have this one in the bag.
Yeah, Giants are 8-2 in the last 10.
Yeah.
Little interleague play here.
Yes.
Love that. All right. Moving along to Sunday now, we got the New York Mets, the Mets at plus 110. They're at Philly at minus 105.
Yeah, so you got Eichhoff here, first third of the year, coming up against an offense who, they haven't been playing horribly. I think Harper really needs to break out. He hasn't been kind of where he needs to be right now. But, for me, I got to take an offense here. Lindor has been going off like on a regular right now. So it's kind of tough for me. And it's tough for me to not take a pitcher in his first start because usually there's magic there, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go against what I was thinking, and I'm going to take the Mets at the plus money.
Okay. They're both, okay, there we go, yeah. Okay, awesome. And then the last game we got here, let me pull that one up here. So we got Miami Marlins here at plus 110 at Washington, who is a minus 105.
Yeah, so here, the only reason I'm taking the Nats is I think Scherzer is absolutely pissed.
They're 9-1 in the last 10, Washington. Wow.
Yeah, and I would even call for a Juan Soto home run this game. Alcantara has been okay, but he does not get the run support that's required for him to have a good record. But the fact that Scherzer was like basically stripped down in the middle of an inning on request from Joe Girardi. He's pissed. So he's about to go on a tear. I'm going to say he's going to be almost unhittable for 3 or 4 starts.
Wow.
So give me Scherzer, give me the Nats.
There you go. That wraps up Sunday baseball there, and that wraps up our show too. So we want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, the easiest way to help grow our channel is to hit that like button. Junior, should they subscribe to our channel?
If you want to win, if you like food, you like shoes, you like cards, if you're a human who breathes, yes, you should.
Yes, absolutely. So comment below. We want to know what you did and bet that prop bet.
Just it's $1.
It's $1.
It's $1.
And you're looking for a real nice little return there. We want to thank you guys for your time and attention as always. And look out for our next videos, which will be debuting all the time. So turn those notifications on after you subscribe. And I'm Adam.
I'm Junior.
See ya
real soon.